All right, another eviction for the junk guys. This one is actually located in the great city of Dallas, Texas, and of course I called the usual suspects. So as we arrived, we noticed that there's a lot of cars parked in front of the house, and it's not that accessible like we thought we would. And of course, the first guy we met up with was DTX. This is Jose and his main man, the Machine. And we call him the Machine because this Mexican kid can just straight out work. And it's one thing with Jose, he's always in the car waiting. He's always the early one, but he's always the early one to leave too. So this is one of the situations that we ran into. Another newcomer to the group is going to be Randy. Randy is a rookie.
How you doing?
He'll be showing up in any minute now. He just showed up actually, and you'll see me here waving at the tenant. He walked out just verbally abusing us, saying stuff. And we decided to sit on the back of Orson's truck and just enjoy the scenery. There he is. So if you could look at the top right corner, you'll see a black gentleman. He's walking back and forth. He wants to know what we're doing, bro. Honestly, we're about to kick him out of the house. That's what we're about to do. This is Randy, okay? Randy showed up in a sleeveless shirt and shorts, and I told him, go inside, get yourself something long sleeve, get yourself a sweat jacket. He put it on, and he put on some pants, and he changed for this job. Now we're all here, guys. Now here's why we only have 5 people. We don't know how severe this eviction is, of course. The constable wanted 4 people. We showed up with 5. I had told the owner, who should be showing up any second now, that we were going to need about 8 people to do an eviction. Okay, watch this. Here he shows up.
No, you're good. You're good, man.
Not quite now. I'm Benjamin.
Oh,
Okay,
Benjamin?
And here's what's happening.
Okay.
My lawyer, nor do you, Walker, already called me. Okay, you got the constable here?
Well, he thinks the constable is here for him. The constable is here for us. They're about to kick him out of the house, and he's trying to plead his case behind us. It's just not happening, guys. We know what goes on here. He said he had an injunction, that he didn't miss any court dates.
Let me tell you what's going on. Homeboy back here is arguing with the popo on the low-low. Back there somewhere. Where's he at?
Same show, different day. And here he is again, trying to plead his case. But now, I spotted the owner of the house, and I'm going to go talk to him. His name is Rico. He's over here to my corner left. And I'm just going to go introduce myself. We have never introduced ourselves. He calls me the Junk Eviction King. He saw me off YouTube, and that's how I got hired for this job. Here's a good view of the front of the house. Really nice house. I mean, you're looking at a price tag between $250 to $300, maybe $325. It's in a decent neighborhood here in the Dallas area. Really, really nice neighborhood. Well manicured yard. But there's only one problem is that the tenant hasn't paid rent in over 4 years. And here's the cop. He's about to tell us to enter the building, and we're all hyped up, but he has bad news for me. He tells me it's horrible, and now he's explaining to all of us how bad it is. And the tenant, this is Benjamin the tenant, looks totally lost. He doesn't expect he's going to get kicked out, but sure enough, he's on his way out. Let me show you a little of the house, because guys, it is bad. This is really, really bad. I mean, there's stuff all over the place. Every room is filled up. The only good thing that we have looking forward to, that we can look forward to, is that there's a lot of stuff for the haunted house, because most of his stuff, furniture, equipment, tools, is going to the haunted house, and we use it as props. Now let's talk about the people we brought today. Of course, DTX, the Machine, and Jose. Again, we got GPTX Junkerable. That is Orson, my boy, and we're out here explaining each other. We're kind of secretly talking behind everybody's back. Here we go. We got the cleaning, guys, and that's really what we have to do. And one thing that I want to explain to everybody, I will do some of the work, but I'm not going to do all the work. there has to be someone to coordinate these things, right? And we have kind of like a kind of systematic way to do things. We leave things at the front door. Someone takes them from the front door, puts them on the curb. So we're going back and forth this whole time, and we're moving pretty fast. I mean, there was only 4 or 5 of us. So I get on the phone. Of course, I call for backup. I call Anthony from TNT Junk Removal, a fellow that a lot of y'all haven't seen in a long time, but he came out to help out too. And you can just get an idea of how fast we're moving in these videos. I mean, cleaning out room to room, going from bedroom to bedroom, and it's an absolute mess. So we were here, I'm gonna tell y'all guys, easily 5.5 to 6 hours at this house. I mean, it's just a filthy house. The gentleman did not care about taking care of the house. He had no reason to. But I will tell you something. Instead of paying for rent, I'll tell you what he did. He paid for junk. He had so much stuff in brand new boxes. This is the only room that wasn't that bad, and it was like, took us 30 minutes to clean out, like 4 of us. But it was bad, but it just wasn't as bad as the other rooms, you know what I mean? Check out this room right here. As we walk into this other room, you're gonna notice the severity of the whole house. This room was probably the worst one out of all of them, but you know, here he goes. He's bitching at Rico. So I have to get Rico and tell him to go inside.
Stole the money out of the bank when you missed Wells Fargo. That was your hand.
Yes, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. You know, he gets so physical with the police officer, says he wants to beat up Rico, wants to beat up the tenant, the owner of the house.
Go ahead and shoot me.
That he's put in handcuffs, and they handcuff him to the well tail, which is the, you know, the end of the car. So it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny how we kind of got around that. But again, like I'm telling everybody, this guy would not leave us alone. The tenant was bothersome the whole time. Kept on making excuses. Kept on saying that he wasn't prepared. And, you know, it's the usual suspect. It's the usual suspect. Just
grudge.
Sitting there and begging for more time, begging for
but it's plugged into everything.
more reasons why he should be there. So a little backstory about this is Rico, the actual owner, inherited this from his mother. His mother lived in this house with this gentleman, and when she wasn't answering the phone one day, Rico came to see his mom, and believe it or not, she was laying down in her room in a pool of blood for 2 days. And he knew something wasn't up. And of course, this gentleman, the tenant, Benjamin, was not taking care of his mom. But, you know, it's a whole thing. So I told Rico, the new homeowner, that do not have any sympathy. The way he treated your mom is the way you need to treat him, like shit. So that was my attitude during the whole thing. And I'll be honest with you, I disrespected this guy like he was trash. Because when you kind of treat a human being like that, that's what's going to happen to you. Look at the garage, how bad it is. Oh, the garage is even worse. And we're going to start up on that one pretty soon too. But overall, this was a huge mess. Now the only good thing out of this is that it turns out to be a $12,000 eviction. I got paid $12,000 for this. You know what?
Just keep on
I'll do this. Now, it did go for 3 days because, I'll tell you why.
Hey.
Now, look at the front yard. You can tell it's getting full.
Orson, we need a dolly.
Here's what happened. Is we only did the eviction. Then we set everything out on the curb, of course. 24 hours, we came back and picked up everything up. And then the gentleman said, hey, do you mind cleaning the backyard too? And I was like, well, that wasn't in the quote, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada. We negotiated a price of $2,000, and guess what I did? I took the backyard also. So we cleaned up everything out from the backyard, and it became a $12,000 job. You know, a lot of people only dream of having these evictions and making this much money on jobs like this. This is, to believe it or not, this year, this is I'm going to say, our 10th or 12th eviction, and hoarder houses galore. We've had so many hoarder houses. It's ridiculous how many people are getting evicted and how many people have hoarding situations with the economy the way it is. It's very, very sad. You know, you see me in this video, I am moving, I am working, but it took a lot out of us. Now at this time, the sun was setting in. The sun had set in, and I'm gonna tell you, it was a complete beat down. It was just hot, and hot. In Texas, the humidity will kill you. Now, the tenant, Benjamin, the guy who's getting kicked out, he stalled us out for about an hour saying all this stuff and, you know, saying, I have an injunction, I filed it with my attorney, blah, blah, blah. And here's where he got physical with Rico. Now they're about to handcuff him to the back end of his own car. The spoiler, which I call a well tail. I used to call that in high school. So look, watch guys, I'm gonna show you a video. Look at him, they're handcuffed. He sits right there because they were about to arrest him. And I put my other camera up there just to, you know, record him. But he started crying. You know what, this is the thing. I don't show any sympathy towards this guy. The way he treated Rico's mother in the house. And then how he thought he inherited the house because he wasn't married to her. He was just like dating her. How he thought he could live in this house for free. That's just not right. Look at this room, how bad it is. Look at this room, guys. Now, I took it upon myself to clean this room myself, and I did that. I cleaned the whole room by myself, and then the machine came, and, well, after a little while, I gave up anyway. But the whole lawn was full. If you've seen the TikTok videos or the Facebook pictures on this thing, it was a completely, you could not see the grass. It was bad. I mean, everything was covered. The whole right side of the house was covered. We had to make a little path to walk through. Now, I want to tell you something also. The gentleman that came with us, it was his first time. Randy Cook, it was his first time doing an eviction. So we kind of popped his cherry at this one because, man, he got a lesson in life in this one. It was absolutely horrible. And I told him, hey, Randy, everything from here on out will be downhill, brother.
Start on that room.
Because this is the worst one you'll ever see. And I mean, look at this room. It was absolutely, the humidity. Just everything about this eviction is wrong. You know, it's one thing to clean out a home, but it's another thing to deal with nature and then have to deal with this guy yelling at you, the tenant, and then say his things are his. Oh, I will tell you something. We found $40 in the house. I kept that. We found compressors, brand new compressor, a table saw, brand new, a skill saw, numerous skill saws. I kept all those. DeWalt tools, Makita tools, Bosch tools, and especially in the garage, it was one of the worst rooms. So, yeah, so the garage was absolutely awful, and this was, when we completed this room, it was the end of the eviction. After we cleaned out the garage, we decided to come back 24 hours later and finish the house, and then we got hired to do the backyard. So that was day 3, which was Sunday, and the next day was Memorial Day. So guys, we did actually work. Yeah, crazy. So I'll put another video out there of the eviction day 3.